Hi there. Welcome to episode 2 of Will It Off-Road. Today we've got the Cherrier Tograc. This is not the base game model. It's a mod. It has a 1.2 liter inline 4 turbo. Despite the size, it's making 155 horsepower compared to the base game's 108. It keeps the same dual clutch transmission, all-wheel drive. Everything else is the same. Don't have any extra toggleable differentials or anything. Just the three drive modes. And as you see, we've moved to East Coast USA for the future of this series. Um, I think the trail from Utah or in Utah was too easy. It's not quite technical enough. And I think this one offers the ability to try more cars with a difficulty. So yeah, let's just get started. Um, I'll drive today in the car's off-road drive mode. I don't really know what it does, to be honest. The only real difference I notice between drive modes is like traction control off and everything versus just on. I mean, this car's not too powerful, so you won't really notice, but um, we'll just get going. Another reason I really like this course is this front bit here. It's got the steep incline, so we can test how well these cars can climb. This one's four-wheel drive, so it should have no problem. But something like the Toyota we used in last episode, that wouldn't make it up here. I mean, there's no way. Just from this hill. So we're going to third person for this one, and we'll just give it a go. Oh yeah, no problem. Plenty of power. I mean, I believe the all-wheel or the off-road drive mode just keeps it um in a lower gear so you can have more torque. But I'm not completely sure. So here we go. You already see we have more terrain diversity. We've got rocks. We're already banging, and we've just started. That's that's why I like this trail a little bit better, and it's a lot longer. It allows me to do a more thorough test of the off-roading ability. So we'll just go down this hill here. Nothing too hard yet. It's just a simple small trail. Car fits well. It's not too big. It does narrow up at bits like that just now with some rocks on either side, but not bad yet. I'm still debating whether I like the design of the Tograc. I like the Vivace. I think that design is fantastic. It reminds me of the Golf, um, like the Mark 7 or the Mark 8. But the Tograc, I think it looks funky. The rear is fine, and the profile is fine, but I just think the headlights look kind of weird, like something from a Skoda or something. I don't know. I think it's a little bit weird, but all right. So now we're all right. We'll just ignore that. We're heading into the tricky bit. It actually starts here. Okay. Yep. Yep, here we go. Off-roader, guys. Trust me. But yeah, that's the problem with these cars. They're like a lot of SUVs. I mean, not just in the game, but I think in real life, all of these like uh, they market them as four-wheel drive, high riding cars. But if you take them off road, they're actually kind of rubbish. I mean, this one I believe has like the all-road pack for the higher suspension. But you see, I'm still hitting the bumper, and just because of the design, it's lifted, but it's not even that much higher up, and it can't clear many of these rocks. So I have to be careful not to get stuck because of the bumper. Well, that was kind of rough, but we got through. See, like something like this. I mean, the bumper is so close to the rock. The approach angle is just ruined. Yeah, it's again, the low wheelbase is tricky getting over some of those large flat rocks. I should have avoid this one on the right. And we're scraping a lot on this. We haven't gotten stuck yet. Bumper's hanging a bit. The headlights are busted. You see the back lights are on. The fronts aren't working. It's unfortunate. Yeah. I think the small capacity of this engine is a little bit hampering on the torque, because if I get grounded a little bit and I floor it, it takes a while. Like this, it takes a while to build up enough revs to get going. I might have to launch it a little bit. See, that was a full launch, and I didn't move too much, but I mean, off-roading you don't need a serious abundance of power, but sometimes lower end torque is nice. Have to be careful coming down here, because I know I'm gonna hit just with the downhill. See, this bit is a little bit tricky because I have to like kind of straddle to the side without getting stuck in this little area here. Oh, that's... There you go, that's why you need differentials there. Be careful not to get beached. Oh, I mean, we made it. It's not clean, it's certainly messy, but suspension is doing its job. That's why I love BeamNG. I love the articulation and the way just the engine works. It's so satisfying to watch. Ooh, we might be stuck on something. We're beached on this rock here. Let me back it up a little bit more. I'll go from the left this time, maybe, instead of trying to cut across. But you can really see how the differentials work. How the ones with less grip are spinning. This is a nice place to be able to lock differentials. We're just wedged on this rock. That's no good. Okay, that's got us off. Let's avoid that rock. This is already way trickier than the last course. Gotten stuck in the exact same spot again. We can power out. Put all 155 horses to work. Nah, the front differential's not getting enough power. Especially this wheel. We need this wheel to spin to claw us out. Back it up ever so slightly. Nudge it out, maybe. If we just launch it. There we go, there we go. Oh, stuck on something else? Just keep moving. Alright, good. Cleared that. That was tricky. On to the next bit. A little bit of a little bit of a break, I was gonna say, but I guess not with this car. Seem to have beached ourselves again. Luckily, because we have four-wheel drive, we're able to climb out of that. Gonna try to go on the less jagged side. Really? This car doesn't have enough power. Interesting. I might just turn off off-road mode, because we'll be able to use more of our power just with traction control off. Alright, past that bit. Something's dragging. Might just be the bumper. Alright. Down the steep hill. Make sure not to hit this too fast, otherwise we risk losing our bumper. Careful, gotta line it up. Alright, we're through. So that's about it. That's almost, I believe that's most of the course done. A bit of a fast bit here. And this is the last stretch here. These two bits. Gotta be careful not to hit the bumper. Coming up on this last bit. Ooh, that's a hard hit. Another hard hit. And we're out. So yeah, that's a lot more technical than the last course we did, but I think it's a good course. It's a good way to benchmark the cars and their performance off-road, compare them. But yeah, I'd give this score. Um, I think I'm gonna throw out the score from the last episode because the track is different. I'll give this one a 5 out of 10. My reason being, um, first of all, the suspension, it's not very high up. Um, and just the wheelbase, you scrape a lot with rocks down here, especially with those long flat ones. And then also the bumpers. The rear is not that bad because it's pretty short, but the front, it hangs low. You see, it's probably the lowest part. And having that on the front for an approach angle is no good. You're gonna be hitting rocks all the time, unless you find a way to lift the front up, like accelerating or whatever. But another markdown is the differentials. Uh, they're a little bit too open, in my opinion. I mean that might just because it's better for street driving, which it is. You get a better turn radius and everything. But for off-road, it's no good. This is not. I wouldn't call this an off-roader. It's more like a recreational car. You know, like going camping. But for what we just did, it's not very suited. You'd be better off going with a D series or a Roamer or something like that. But yeah, that's Will It Off-Road episode 2, the Cherrier Tograc, and I'll catch you later. Peace.